Okay, so today I'm here with Ferris, an artist based in Hobart. We're in his Newtown studio. So, Ferris, tell me a little bit about your journey towards becoming a full time artist, from your childhood inspiration through to now.
Mm, yeah, that's a big question. I think childhood inspiration just has to. I think it all comes from my mum, probably. I think just from the second I could, the second I was born, she had me doing creative stuff. It was a very kind of free way for me to experiment. She just gave me all the stuff I kind of needed to create. So I think
Yeah.
that was the real beginning of everything. And then
Is she an artist herself or?
she's a teacher. She's like
Okay.
an early childhood teacher. So I think it was just in her blood to kind of just have me doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was painting. I've got good memories of painting on an easel. I
Yeah.
always had Play-Doh and stuff I could do. So hands on, always making things, and that's
Yeah.
that's just who I am.
And what about your dad? Was he creative as well or?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I wouldn't say creative, but I definitely got a business. He's got his own business, so I'd say I got the business kind of side of thing from him. So it's always, I think it's a great combination. I think I've
Yeah,
got
definitely.
the creative mindset, and then hey, you've got to make this work. So it's a good combination. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
perfect.
And
Brothers,
then yeah,
sisters?
yes, I've got a younger sister too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Ipswich near Brisbane.
Okay.
Uh,
How was that?
mm, it was good. It was good. I love it in Tassie though. I love it in Tassie.
Yeah,
Ipswich was nice. It was a good place to grow up.
yeah,
Yeah, went to a great school. Good art programs there.
yeah,
It was all nurturing, and it all made me what I am today. So
yeah,
I don't think I can say it wasn't good because I'm here now.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
And what
definitely.
inspired you to come down to Tasmania?
Ah man, I was tired. I was tired. It
Yeah,
wasn't good. I wasn't happy.
yeah,
Yeah, I just wanted to change, and I think Tassie is such a beautiful place
mm,
for that. I didn't know that coming down here, but I found it when I
yeah.
came down here, and I had a good opportunity because my grandparents were down here. So
Oh, perfect.
it was a perfect move for me. Yeah, it just worked, and it's
Yeah.
a beautiful place. I'm so grateful that I moved
So
down.
you feel like you've settled in now and this will be your home for a while?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I moved to Hobart about 3 months ago from my grandparents' place, which is about an hour away. So
Yeah,
it's all been it's all been wonderful
everything's
so far.
falling into place.
I'd like to think so. I think that's a good positive way to look at it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's all looking good, and I think there's a great art community here, and I'm keen to
yeah,
to get my claws into it, and see
yeah.
what it's about. Yeah.
Apparently, Hobart has the highest uh, artist head count per capita. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay.
I
I mean, I'm
didn't.
not surprised.
Yeah,
It feels like it's just it's just run by a community of artists almost.
mm,
Like it's probably the best place I could have moved, I think. Like
yeah.
it's so great,
There's
especially in
a
Hobart.
there's a lot of support, I think, for young artists. And once you get immersed in the community, I feel like everyone's very positive and helpful.
100%.
Yeah,
Even things like Dark Mofo. Like Dark
yeah,
Mofo was such a cool experience for me because it's like
definitely.
we didn't really have stuff like that in Brisbane. Like it's kind of like an art festival. It is an art festival,
Yeah,
really. Like
yeah,
it's such a cool experience, and we didn't really have that back in Brisbane. So it's
mm,
I've came down here, and I don't know if I came down here thinking that I would actually do art. I came down here knowing that I loved art,
yeah,
but I really, man, it really enabled me to create down here.
yeah,
I think I
yeah,
didn't come to Tassie going, I'm going to be an artist when I come to Tassie. It was like,
mm,
I like art. I'm going to experiment when I come down here. And
yeah.
it was so fulfilling to create in Tassie, and it was just a great
Awesome.
experience. Yeah, yeah.
So let's talk about your art. now.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, when I came
Unpack.
when I came across you online, I think the
Mm.
thing that really appealed to me, and I know I've said this a few times, is just the fact that you have like quite a limited color palette, but there's
Yeah.
reasons behind that, and you're also one of the first people that I know that paint on concrete, which I find
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yep.
So, why concrete over canvas?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a. It's got a lot of angles. I think I was working with concrete beforehand, so it was kind of it was already there in front of me, so it was pretty easy to kind of experiment with.
Yeah.
And I'm just fascinated with. I like the idea that it feels like a stone or like a sort of rock
Yeah.
wall.
So, like a sense of permanency.
Yeah, permanency or maybe a connection is what I kind of feel when I paint on it. You know, a lot of my art feels connected to ancient things. You know, a
Yeah.
lot of my process is connected to ancient things,
Yeah.
and that I don't think that really happened at the very beginning. That wasn't in my mind, but it's just kind of unfolded that way. Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing to paint on, and it's different, and I think
Yeah.
that's the important thing. I'm not painting on a canvas, you know. It stands out, and it feels good to.
It feels
create.
very unique and fresh to me. I've seen people use concrete in art before, but maybe not in this way. But talk to me about the medium that you use on the concrete as well.
Yeah, so my main pigment is the rust stain or the iron water,
Yeah.
and it's all I like to make all my pigments myself. I think it just gives me such a good connection to my art and connection to my work.
Sure.
Yeah, but the iron water's probably the rust stain's probably the biggest part for me. And
So that's the orange colours that we can see.
yes, yeah, and you know the concrete's amazing. It's like a sponge; it'll just soak it up,
Yeah.
and it actually reacts with the pigment, so it
Yeah.
actually gets stronger and brighter as it kind of settles into the
Sure.
panel. Yeah.
So the one that we're looking at there,
Yes.
the figure, has that been painted a few days back, or it's a while ago? Or?
Yeah, about a week ago, but
Yeah.
it gets to a point where I think it just stops. It won't change anymore. But the
Yeah.
first few hours, you see it kind of rust on the actual surface, which I find that
Yeah.
fascinating too. You know.
Yeah, it's a really interesting process, almost like watching a photograph develop in a way.
Yeah, it's definitely like a kind of.
So it's not instant like an oil paint where it goes down, even though that does have room for movement, I guess.
Yeah,
it does kind of evolve in its own way, so it's quite organic.
Organic's a beautiful way to describe it, and I can't really anticipate it too, so it kind of gives me a sense of like letting go. You know, I just
Yeah.
put it on the canvas and
There's
whatever happens. I don't know. Sometimes it's darker than what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's very light.
Yeah,
Like there's a few things on some of them where the words kind of dissolve and you can't really finish them. You know.
yeah.
And
But there's a kind of beauty in that as well, not knowing exactly what you're going to get.
that's why I think my process is so therapeutic for me, because it's a way of me letting go. It's a way of me expressing myself and then
Yeah,
allowing it to happen, and then just removing myself from it afterwards. And it's such a powerful way for me to create.
yeah,
Or it's just I don't have to have any expectations, or how it turns out is how it turns out. You know.
yeah.
I think that's a beautiful thing.
And you're
yeah.
painting from what I can see, like from your soul, your ideas. You're not painting custom for anyone. This is, your feelings that are creating the work. Does that sound right?
Yeah, well, yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. It's really like almost like a photograph of my emotions, I think, at that moment in time. Like, I think of it as like I've had people ask me, like, what does it mean? You know, what does your art mean? But I don't think it means anything. Like, you can't really say, what does what does a photograph mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a record of something, and I
Yeah.
think that's what it is. You know, it's a record of my feelings and emotions at that moment in time.
So you could potentially experience something during the day that'll affect what you paint at night.
100%.
Things you see, the way people behave.
Yeah. Words are important. Like
Yeah.
there'll be words in my head. Even in the moment, a word will come into my head just out of nowhere. Like I'm
Yeah.
so in the moment, but then there's this flash of something in my head, and I'm like, that needs to be recorded. You know, that needs to be
Absolutely.
put down. So yeah.
And looking around your space, you have a lot of words.
It's full on. It's full on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely something.
Is there anything you up there that, like, I guess you'd photograph some of them for Instagram before, but is this just another way of getting out your thoughts, your feelings? Because some of it seems quite personal.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, and some of it seems intense too. I think, but it's right. It's right for me, and it a lot of it's just a reminder.
Yeah.
A lot of it's just reminding myself, whether it's, you know, things like I Die is so intense, but it's so beautiful because it's such a powerful reminder that yes, I'm not an immortal being. You know, there is no day. You can't take any day for granted. You know, like I think it's. Every time I come into this studio, it's so powerful because of the words on the walls. Yeah. The way they make me feel. Yeah. And the person it turns me into, which is so human. It is incredibly human. And then the art that comes out of that is, I think, so powerful. You know, like it's, words are important, and they're...
Like you've got the Mum, I Made It, so I guess, you know, that's giving...
That one is probably that one probably hits the hardest.
She was obviously a very big influence on you in painting growing up, and a great support.
Yeah, that hits the hardest. That one. Every time I look at that, I'm just like it's beautiful. Like the idea to think that, you know, I can make someone I care about so much proud. I know that's probably not a good mindset to have sometimes. I don't want to.
But I think it's totally valid.
I don't want to put that pressure on myself, but it motivates me, and I think that's what these words do. They motivate me, and they put me into this place where they put me into a good place, you know, a powerful place. Yeah. So
we talked a little bit about materials. So we talked about rust, but you use some other natural materials as well.
Yeah. So I like to have.
What would they be?
Yeah, I like to have a hand in all my. In all the pigments and kind of colours and textures I use. So charcoal is a big one for me. The black stands out. So that's just, I just raid fireplaces. I take charcoal, you know, I take charcoal where I can find it, you know, it's great. I use charcoal.
So you need to be kept an eye on at the pub. If it's got a fireplace, you might just be...
Look, if they haven't... I've got to be careful because it could be a bit warm sometimes, so I've got to choose my timing right. But if they'll be missing some stuff, you know, in their fireplace if they're not careful.
So a bit of charcoal and the rust?
Yeah, the rust pigment's the charcoal and the rust pigment, and I use tannins too, so I've got a kind of cursed mixture of bark and water that makes a nice brown. And then a white pigment too, which I like to use. The white stands out a lot too. So,
definitely.
Yeah.
And the images that you put on the canvas, is there anything specific? Like I've seen sometimes that you've used flowers. Was there something about flowers, flower pots? That inspired you?
It connects. I think it's a beautiful symbol of growth. Yeah. And before I was... Do I let him in?
Is that a cat?
Yeah, do I let him in or not? Yeah. Is that going to be annoying?
No. I love cats.
Charles, you're going to be famous. Come on, mate. Come on.
Oh, hello. Hello.
The door, you can't get outside though. There's no way for you to get outside.
Is that what he wants to do?
100%. He's going to be looking at that door trying to figure out a way out. Alright, I hope that doesn't.
No. Do you think he'll sit with you?
I don't know,
He's not on camera.
He might stay in. Come on.
all we can see is the tail. Oh,
I
there
wonder if
it
we get
is.
on my lap.
So everyone, this is Charles, studio cat.
Oh, he's not loving it. No.
Not keen. All right. Just wanted to know what all the noise was about.
He might hang around.
Yeah, let's just let him do his thing.
Yeah, sorry, where were we?
So we're talking about different materials you use, but I think the other thing that a lot of people are interested in with you is the fact that you create your own brushes, your own tools.
Yes, yeah. I think it's important. So much of my process I have a hand in.
Yeah.
Nearly all of my process. I
Yeah.
make my own canvases, I make my own pigments.
Yeah.
So I think it's only right that I make my own brushes,
Yeah.
And
what's the process behind that? Are you using like twigs or sticks or?
yeah, I've got some up here that I haven't. So I just collect these from the garden. So straight from the garden, it's so it's so connected to the environment, which I love.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a leaf, and I'll kind of break it up and.
So different ways of mark making, I guess, using natural materials.
Well, I think it influences the art in a great way too. Like, it forces me to connect with it, and it naturally just makes it connected to my environment too.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's good, and the marks it makes are. I think the marks it makes feel ancient too, which I love. I love the ancient feeling of what I create. So I think it all works and meshes together nicely. Yeah.
So have you been inspired by kind of cave paintings and that sort of thing in the past, or just looked at them and just kind of, appreciated them? Because I see similarities.
Yeah, I've always loved ancient art, like whether it's sculptures in museums or things that have survived. I think things that have survived are so beautiful, and they speak so much, and they don't necessarily need to have a description or a plaque on them.
Yeah.
They carry so much power just as they are by themselves, and that's kind of where I'm falling into now with my art, where I feel like I just want it to speak for itself, and it doesn't necessarily have to have this, this massive description next to it.
Yeah.
It can speak,
is.
And I feel connected to. He's gone.
Charles has left.
He's had enough. Thank you. Thanks for showing up. I think, but I've always been fascinated. I loved museums my whole life, so I think it's always been there.
Yeah.
And maybe recently, like the last year or so, I've really kind of gone, hey, my art feels really connected to the environment. And then I've thought, cave paintings are so connected, and I've kind of just fallen into this rabbit hole of I just love the idea of cave paintings and ancient art that's 50,000 years old, that's survived, and it feels in tune with that. It definitely does. Yeah.
And let's just change the topic a little bit here. Where do you hope your art will take you in the future? Like, what do you want to be? Someone that exhibits in galleries, or do you want to do this all independently? How do you feel about, or where do you want to go from here?
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're committing quite a bit of your time to this now.
Yeah, I've already accepted that this is what I want to do, and this is my life, and this is what I will continue to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't like to think too far forward like that. I think, like, I've got it written on my walls. I could die tomorrow. I'm very aware of that, and I'm very okay with that could happen.
Yeah.
So I don't tend to think too far. I don't tend to think too far forward.
Yeah.
I want people.
I think one thing for me, and maybe you feel similar, and I think you may. I love that as an artist or as a creative person, we can continue working until we die. So literally what you said on the wall there. So there's no kind of pressure to do things necessarily too fast or just let life happen, perhaps?
Yeah, I think exactly that. Like if I put too much pressure on my art, I know it will change it in an unnatural way, you
Mm.
know. And I could always come back to the idea of these guys painting in caves 50,000 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were thinking, how do I get into the Tate Modern? How do I get into, you know, how do I get overseas? You know, how do I do that? Like I think they were just doing it because there was something they wanted to record. There was something they wanted to put down. You know, and that's great. I think my art is like music. I think it needs to be seen or heard like music, you know.
Yeah.
And I think I would love for as many people as possible to see my art, but that's all going to happen. I just want to live in the very moment. Like I want to live right now, every second of every day, and I push myself in every second of every day. And if I can show it to more people, I will. That's kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
And how important do you think, again, a little bit of a change, your own personal identity is, like you, the person behind the art? I feel like there's a bit of mystery there. A lot of people have only seen your hands. Today you're wearing glasses.
Yes. Yeah.
But you're sitting in front of a camera at the same time. So do you feel like you like to protect your identity and privacy to a certain degree?
I think it's important to what I'm doing. Like, I mean, we don't know who these cave artists are, do we? Like, it's very anonymous.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, and I also think my art is a window to my soul.
Yeah.
And
I think all artists will show a lot of vulnerability just by showing their art, let alone showing their true identity.
100%, yeah. I think, that might be it. Like, I feel like I'm giving a lot already. You know, I've got it all on display, and maybe I'm just covering my eyes because, you know, I feel like that's my last little bit I've got left. You know, I want to keep that. You know, I want to keep that. Eyes are the window of the soul. Maybe that's my idea.
I totally appreciate that. I'm probably the exact opposite.
But well, that's what's beautiful.
Everyone knows too much about me, I think, but in some ways that has negative effects. So I think, you know, what you're doing is probably
everything
good for you.
has its positive and negatives. I don't think there's, you know, you can't pin it down to one thing. But that's just how I feel. You know, like that's. I think that's it. You know, my art speaks for me. I don't really need to speak for my art in too many ways. Yeah.
I'm just going to go back a little bit as well, because you said how you thought, I think you said music is art too.
Yes.
So what do you listen to when you're painting? What gets you in the zone? Any particular bands?
I am all over the place. It really depends how I'm feeling. I'll listen to anything from crazy dance music all the way to jazz, rap, hip hop, all that stuff. It's all great, and it all gets me in a good energized mood. I think it's I can't create without it. You know, I think it's a powerful tool.
Agree.
Yeah.
Next question. And we kind of crossed on this a little bit before, but if you did have an exhibition and you could have the exhibition anywhere in the world, do you have a favorite location or gallery?
I guess just overseas would just anywhere overseas would be just insane. Like I don't really pinpoint anything, you know, like you know, Paris, London, Berlin,
some of the big art
Japan,
centers.
like anywhere there, I would feel amazing. You know, I think they're beautiful, creative places. And
definitely.
I think I wouldn't turn it down. That's for sure. I wouldn't say, you know, I wouldn't say no to anything like that. Like I said, the more people that can see my art, the better. I want to share it, and I want people to feel what I'm feeling and the connection I'm feeling.
So based on that as well, where can people see your art? What's the best way to follow you, or like social media channels, or is there anywhere, any galleries they can see your work right now? No
galleries yet, but that will happen, I'm sure. On Instagram, it's at FEROUS, FEROUS, FEROUS. And
I'll
that's
put a
kind of
link
my-
in the bio.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's kind of my main. That's kind of my main
Yeah,
outlet for all my art. So it's probably the best place to go. I've got a website linked on my Instagram, corrodetheoldworld.com.
yeah.
That's got all my art on it too. So yeah. It's
Corrode
fun.
relating to the rust.
Yeah, corrode relating to the rust, and corrode the old world is just the world we're in now. I think needs to be corroded a little bit.
Yeah.
I think there's some change that could happen, you know. So
Definitely.
I think, yeah, I think it all works.
Well, I think that's about it. So thanks for
Cool.
all your time.
Awesome.
I'll put links down below, and if anyone wants to get in contact with you, I guess just get in contact with you on Instagram,
Yeah, Instagram's perfect.
DM,
Yep.
or yeah, just comment.
Otherwise, I've got email on my website too. So whatever
Oh, yeah.
works. Yep.
Perfect. Thanks,
Easy.
Ferrous.
Thank you for the questions.
See you
Cheers.
later.
Cheers.